y'all, it's Brady. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting collab with Tamara from Southern Life Everyday Life and a bunch of other wonderful creators, and we are sharing with you a cookbook recipe. Alright, so if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. We're a family of 4. It is myself, my husband, and our 7 and 4-year-old girls, plus a crazy dog. I work part-time, plus I'm back to college full-time. The girls are in school full-time. My husband works full-time hours. Plus I have YouTube and, a house to run and all of those things. And so we're busy, just like the rest of y'all. And on our channel, I like to share our grocery hauls, Sam's Club hauls, what we're making for dinner, and just daily life stuff as it comes along. So if that's your sort of thing, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and stick around. So if you are not new, thank you so much for returning. Glad to have you here. And if you are coming from Tamara's channel or from the playlist, thank you so much for coming by. So glad to have you here. And yeah, so I am making General Tso's chicken. It is a Pioneer Woman recipe from her latest cookbook that came out in October of 2021. I've actually not made anything from this cookbook yet, so I was really excited to dive into this and share it with you. So I'm going to link that cookbook in the description box for you. I'm also going to link Tamara's channel and the playlist for the cookbook collab. It's going to be happening once a month for the entire year. So check down below and check that playlist out and everyone else. And let's just jump on in. I'm going to share with you what you need for it and how I made it, but the exact measurements and everything are going to be in her cookbook that's linked down below. So just want to give credit where credit is due. And yeah. So I think that's all I have for you for now. Let's jump on into the footage from last night when I made the recipe, and then we'll check back in here and talk about what we thought about it, and yeah. Okay, so let's look at the ingredients that we're gonna need, and then I'll go ahead and cut up the chicken. Never you mind my dirty dishes over there, and we'll just get started. So you're going to need, it says 1.5 pounds. I think this is probably gonna work out to be 1.5 pounds. Of boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can also use thighs, whatever. You just want them off of the bone and no skin. Sesame oil, sriracha, soy sauce. It says fresh grated ginger. I don't have any of that, so we're just going to use the already ground ginger. Minced garlic. It says fresh, but this is what I had on hand. Red pepper flakes, cornstarch, panko breadcrumbs, AP flour, which is just all-purpose flour. You're going to need 3 eggs, hoisin sauce, chicken broth, a little bit of cooking spray or oil to put on them, and then some rice vinegar. And honestly, this is a lot of ingredients, but I'm hoping that it's going to be fairly simple and really delicious. And if you hear my kids in the background, this is real life, real dinner time. Not a fancy video, but I'm sharing with you dinner time in our house and a new recipe that I wanted to try with this. So let me grab the cookbook. Okay, so here's the cookbook. It is the Pioneer Woman Cooks. Super easy. It's 120 shortcut recipes for dinner, desserts, and more by Reed Drummond. So I actually got this, I think back in October was when it was released. And I've actually not cooked anything with it, but this is the recipe that we're going for. This is the General Tso's chicken. So we're going to keep the measurements in the book just for her sake. She put a lot of time and effort into that, so I'm not going to share the exact measurements with you, but I'm going to show you the process, the ingredients, and then our review of what we thought of it. And you just would need to purchase the cookbook there for the original or an exact measurements. But this is everything that we're going to need. I'm going to go ahead and chop up my chicken into, I think it says 1-inch pieces. So I'm going to get that chopped up, and then we will start breading and assembling, because I think our next step after we cut up the chicken is to form an assembly line of flour, panko, and eggs, and then bread our chicken. And let me show you. It shows to put it on one of these racks in a sheet pan. and I'm assuming that's to help it get good and crispy. So I've got that set up waiting for me, and I've already got my oven preheated. So I'm gonna cut up my chicken, and then I will see you as we bread this up. Okay, so I've got the chicken cubed up into 1 to 2 inch pieces. I think mine are a little large. And then I've got a breading station set up here with just the flour, then the beaten eggs here, and then the panko in another bowl. I can link these down below if you're interested in what bowls these are. They are part of a Members Mark set, dinnerware set that I got from Sam's Club. So anyways, got my breading station set up. It does call to put in about half of your soy sauce that you have measured out into your egg mixture, which is something that I've never done before, but I think it gave it a really good flavor. So that was really interesting and something new to me. I think, in my head, I thought, I don't know that this is really going to do much, but it did. It definitely gave it a nice flavor. The chicken, even without the sauce on it, was really, really good. So flour, then into your egg soy sauce mixture, into your panko breadcrumbs, and just like that. So I'm going to set these over onto my rack, onto my baking sheet, and then I'll show you what they look like when I've got them all set up over there. Okay, so real quick, here is a half sheet pan size, like these are those restaurant size, they're half sheets that I've gotten from Sam's Club with a rack, and you can see that we've got a full pan here, but let me show you real quick. We still have quite a bit of chicken, probably a whole chicken breast left, so I'm thinking I had closer to 2 pounds instead of 1.5 pounds. Plenty of flour, egg mixture, but we're almost out of panko. So probably what I'll do is I'll probably just cook up the rest of these and separately somehow for the kids for, I don't know, like lunches or something. But because I don't have another rack to put in my pan right now, to put in my other pan. So I'm going to do it this way. Her next step shows set the breaded chicken on a rack, placed over a baking sheet, mist them with cooking spray, bake until chicken is crisp and barely starting to golden brown. And then we're going to make our sauce while that cooks. So, I am going to do that. Let me grab my baking spray, cooking spray, whatever we're calling this. And I'm hoping, I know that this is to make them, kind of crisp up, but I am hoping that it doesn't end up sticking on the other side. So I may make my own adjustment here, flip these over, spray them again, and then put them in the oven. I don't want them to stick to the rack and then the breading come off. So I think I am going to do that, and then I'll show you what they look like when they come out of the oven, and we'll make the sauce. Okay, so time to make our sauce now. It calls for putting the garlic, ginger, and crushed red pepper flakes and your sesame oil in a skillet over medium heat, and just until it is fragrant. So that's what I did here. You just want to be careful and do not burn it. And then I will add in the other seasonings and sauces that it calls for, which is the hoisin, the rice vinegar, and the soy sauce. I think so. So that's everything then, and then once you mix this together, then you move on to the cornstarch slurry, which I'll show you too, and then you add in your sriracha at the end, right before you mix it up. So your cornstarch is just the cornstarch slurry is just cornstarch and chicken broth. And you just want to dissolve that, and it is still super duper liquidy there, but once you pour it in, it does thicken the sauce up really well. So there's that. And then, like I said, once I stirred this in, then I will add in the sriracha that it calls for, and then your sauce is done. So like I said, quite a few ingredients, but pretty easy to throw together. Alright, so here is a final look there of it all plated up. Like I said, I made some 90-second rice to go with it, and that was dinner. Alright, so now that you've seen me make the recipe and you've seen it all plated up, I thought I'd share with you what we thought about it. Just a reminder, the exact measurements and everything are going to be in that cookbook, so they are linked down below. I just want to make sure that she gets, full credit for that. It is not my recipe. It is from Reed Drummond's Pioneer Woman cookbooks. So anyways, what did we think about this? Okay, so we were kind of torn. This is hard for me because I love Pioneer Woman and I love her recipes, but this was not my favorite. This was too rich for me. The sauce was way too rich for me. There was just so much going on. There was a lot of salt because of the soy sauce and everything. There was a lot of vinegar flavor to it to me. There was a lot of sweet flavor from the hoisin. I don't know. There was just a lot going on there. And so I was really kind of sad about that. However, the chicken, we did try it before we put it in the sauce. And I liked the chicken, actually. I think the soy sauce and the egg gave it just enough flavor. And then the panko did get really crunchy. So, I don't know. Definitely cut your pieces smaller than I did. I think she even recommends that in her book. I just cut mine too large. But if you like things that are super duper full of lots and lots of flavor, then you're probably going to love it. My husband thought it was pretty good, but I don't know that it'll be something that I'll make again because not everyone loved it. So that's kind of our thought on it. It was fairly easy, though there are a lot of ingredients, and it does kind of make a mess to, flour, egg, panko, then put it on a rack, pan, all of that you're going to have to wash up. And of course I had a few more extra dishes because I laid everything out to show y'all. So that part I can't really factor in. But the process was easy. It was very easy and simple to make the sauce, even though there were a lot of ingredients. And the breading process and cooking process of the chicken was very easy. I did think the chicken was very flavorful even before we put it in the sauce, and it did have a great crunch to it. So if you like a lot of flavor, or you can tweak the ingredient amounts, then it would probably be a great recipe for you. So that's just kind of what we thought. Thank you again to Tamara for hosting this collab. I am so excited to see everyone else's videos this month. Don't forget to check them out in the description box down below. Tamara's video, as well as everyone else that is participating in this cookbook collab, will be down in that playlist link below. Thank y'all so much for joining me, and until next time, I will see y'all in the comments down below. Bye, y'all.